Hi and welcome back to Emax Bowling. Today I'll be doing the How Fast Can I Bowl 300 challenge with the Storm Iron Pro, new ball from Storm. Very excited about this one. Basically new benchmark ball. So so let's see what we can do. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, please go check back out the older ones. But the rules are pretty simple. I have to bowl 300 in as few shots as possible. If I don't strike, I reset the frame, count the shot, but do the frame over basically. So hopefully it won't take too many shots to get there today with the Iron Pro. Alright, let's get going with the Iron Pro. This will also be kind of a ball review, as I'll be talking about the Iron Pro while I'm bowling. So, so please enjoy, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. Oh, that's a pretty good start. Frame number one, 1 for 1. So the Iron Pro is basically Storm's new benchmark ball. It has the same cover as the Phase 2, which should tell you that it's going to be medium and very controllable, very much benchmark. So so that's the cover. Core's a little bit different, so let's talk about that after frame number 2. Right hit, 2 for 2. So the core, where the Phase 2 is a symmetrical core, this one's asymmetrical, which is similar to a lot of the really big strong balls like Gems, Realities, Proton Physics, if there's any fans of that. That's one of my favorites. But the difference is the differential on the Iron Pro is much lower, much more comparable to something like an IQ Tour, which has been another benchmark ball from Storm for many years. But this is kind of like a IQ Tour on steroids. Cover stronger, core stronger because it's asymmetric. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds here. You're getting that strong engine, but with the control and smoothness of the lower diff. So. And you can tell that you can tell it when you see it on the lane too. So let's get another one in here. Oh, that was a little right. Whew. No problem. Whew. So I'm bowling on a medium pattern here, pretty standard medium pattern. Not a house shot. Not quite a sport shot. I'm not sure what the actual ratio is, but not super easy, not super hard, but should give you an idea of how it would roll on your normal medium pattern wherever you might bowl. Let's see here, frame 4, 3 to 3 so far. Ooh, just got the 10 pin. That was a pretty good one. Rolled it a little bit more, got a little bit more back up the back of it than a couple of the others, which is probably why it almost left the 10 pin, but Iron Pro don't 10 pin on that shot at least. But as I said, with the core being asymmetric and the lower diff, you can definitely tell that you're getting something a little different, a little stronger, I feel like, than the Phase 2 in certain conditions, but in the same category as the Phase 2, just a little bit different. So if you're a big fan of like the Phase 2, the Optimum Idle, then you need something else that's a little different in the same category, definitely think about the Iron Pro. The core makes it a little unique. All right. A little more axis rotation on that one, faces up a little bit better into the pocket, and that's front 5. So My layout on the Iron Pro is pretty normal layout for me. Pin above my bridge, PSA just right at my thumb. Something like a 5-inch pin, probably like a 4.5-inch PSA, and like a 3-inch pin buffer. I don't remember the exact numbers, but something to that extent. So pretty standard layout for me. Oh. Lost my footing a little bit on that one, but it was still good. 6 for 6. Looking back, I think I probably could have drilled the Iron Pro a little bit stronger, maybe like a 4.5-inch pin or a 4-inch pin, which would have made it flare just a pinch more, and made it probably a little more versatile. Right now, I feel like it's right at the edge where it flares enough to where I can use it on medium patterns, but it's still low flaring enough to where it's best if I use it pretty straight or early on in a block. Had I gone with a little stronger layout, I think it would allow me to move a little further left, would allow me to use it for a little longer time. So if you're thinking about drilling one of these, consider that. If you go with a little weaker layout, it's probably going to be a little more of a niche straight ball, a straighter ball for straighter angles. If you go more on the stronger side, you're going to get something more middle of the road that you can do a lot of different things with. All right, so front 6. That last one, I didn't throw it perfect, but it still picked up. So I think I'm gonna cheat one left here. Ah, don't throw it out the window. Ah, that was so bad. Yeah. All right, let's do that again. Just, I moved one left of my feet, kept my eyes the same, actually hit what I was looking at, and obviously it's gonna be straight out the window, so. So I'm gonna try to keep it on line a little bit better here. Yeah, so the previous one definitely wasn't the ball's fault. That was all me, but 7 out of 8 is still pretty good. Basically every time I felt good enough to hit the hit pin, it struck. Yeah, you can definitely tell on the lane that it's not super strong like a gem or a reality. It's still pretty strong, still by no means a weak ball, even though the flare potential is a little bit lower. And it's very smooth, very controllable, very much like this kind of benchmarky motion, benchmarky ball. So I think they pretty much hit what they were looking to do with this one. That was a pretty good shot. Just got a 10 pin at some point. But gonna reset, do that over again. All right, so just left 10 pin. Got to make sure I don't get too much off the back of it. Then it's a little too smooth. So let's try to see here. That should be pretty close. I thought that was close. But yeah, as you can tell, very smooth, very controllable motion, which also means that if you're a player that has a tendency to throw it a little slower, your rev rate's a little higher, your axis rotation a little higher, or that's the way your misses are, the Iron Pro is going to let you get away with some of that compared to quicker balls like a virtual ND blackout or an attention star, where you have to, those balls give you much more motion down lane, sharper motion, which means you have to create the control yourself, where with this one you kind of get the control. So if you're struggling to create control, the Iron Pro is going to help you with that. But we had another 10 pin, so let's do it over again. I'm actually gonna cheat one back to where I started and then just firm it up a little bit. And that's a good thing with balls that have lower diff, flare less, and are very smooth. You can kind of stay in that same area for longer just by using your release, your speed, because the flare doesn't force the ball offline. So it's a good little tip. Now you might be saying, well, eyeball, there's a lot of urethane where eyeball, so there's a lot of carry down, and usually if I try to use lower flaring balls, they don't fare very well because they don't flare enough to deal with the carry down. And the Iron Pro can run into that issue if there's too much oil, or too long oil, or too much carry down, because it doesn't flare as much as some other balls. It can run into that issue, but it would also allow you to play right of the carry down and kind of stay straighter, stay in that little trough right of the carry down, use the carry down as hold, where like a phase 2 that flares more might force you away from that spot, force you into all the urethane mess, and that's basically death when you get forced into that. So the Iron Pro might actually allow you to stay right of that and just kind of use it to your advantage. But 11 shots in, 8 strikes. Let's see if we can get a few more here. Oh! Little miss left, up the back. Didn't get it off my hand very well. Again, that smoother motion, lower flare, creates more hold than hook, which is exactly what you saw right there. So yeah. So going into the 10th frame, let's see if we can get it done. All right, so 10th frame coming up. The rules are a little different here for the 10th frame. I have to get all 3 strikes in a row, otherwise I have to start the frame over. So let's see how hard this is going to be with the Iron Pro. First 9 strikes took me 12 shots, I believe. So pretty decent so far. A little firm on that one. Gotta make sure I roll it. But yeah, so far, 1 for 1 the 10th frame. And went flying. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a good middle of the road, medium benchmark ball for a lot of players. And you're going to see a lot of help from it if you struggle with creating a little more control, if you have a little more axis rotation, a little lower speed, higher rev rate, and you need a little bit of help creating that smoother motion. The Iron Pro is going to be a really good option. Ooh. Get that 10 pin. Come on, one more. All right. Gotta focus so I can finish it off here. Didn't bring a chamois with me, but just gotta focus here, throw a good shot, Hope it strikes. Little right. Ooh, but got it off my hand really well. Got it a little right, but all in all, really strong performance from the Iron Pro. One bad shot for me, a couple 10 pins, 15 shots to get 12 strikes is really good. And a first try 10th frame, really strong performance. If you're looking for a benchmark ball with a little lower differential, if you like your IQ Tour, for instance, but you need something stronger for the higher volumes of oil that we're balling on now, look into the Iron Pro. It's going to be a little different from anything else on the market right now, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. If you're not sure how to drill it, I would consider going on the stronger side rather than on the weaker side, just to make sure you don't get too little flare. But other than that, go find an Iron Pro, enjoy it. I think it's going to be great on sport conditions where you need control, and it's going to be really good on house shots too, to blend out that wet dry. So thanks for watching. Please check out some more videos here on Emax Balling, and yeah, see you back in the next video.